Welcome to a super spooky episode of Gone with the Wind. Cue the music. Or I can do it like this. Ah, yes, Halloween. Anyway. Welcome, everyone, to the show about award shows. This is Gone with the Wind, and today, for the 7th episode, we have not seen anything awards-wise this week that has released wide for everyone to review. Next week, we can start looking forward to Bohemian Rhapsody, where, although the movie itself has not gotten great reviews so far, what we're recording this, the constant praise, Rami Malek. So watch out for that coming next week with episode 8. But episode 7 will be a bit more laxed when we are talking about today, specifically, the supporting actor and actress race, where a few shakeups might or may not happen, especially with some people now entering the race. But before we get into that, we have the returning panel. He's back after last week. Malcolm.
Yeah, I thought I'd take a break. I hadn't seen First Man. I'm just pretty slack or broke to go see movies.
Yeah. So wait, how is A Star Is Born? Quick thoughts.
So I forgot about to seeing it.
Oh, you're killing me over here, Malcolm. And we have Abe.
Well, while Malcolm hasn't watched Star is Born, I cried like 100 times listening to the soundtrack, but that's fine. I'm great. Thank you very much for having me again.
You're welcome. Again, as I said last week, for those who listened, I can't get rid of you. You've come contracted. You're a contractual obligation with this show, but I'm glad because I like this contractual obligation. Also, did you see First Man a second time yet?
No, we're gonna watch it next week.
Okay. Well, if you do, okay. If you do, I want to hear all your thoughts, new thoughts. Because the more I think about it, the more I still do not like that shaky cam in some areas. It bugs me to no end now. The more I think about it, but everything else to me is solidifying just more why I love it. So while one thing has gone down, its rest has gone up. I still love First Man. But yeah, that's our quick thoughts. Have you guys seen any movies this week?
I watched something.
What'd you watch?
I'm trying to remember. I watched
Malcolm, what'd you watch if he's not going to have anything to share?
The House with the
I haven't watched any new movies. I just rewatched the Maggie Smith movie Lady in the Van this morning.
Oh, and I watched Searching.
Oh.
That was great.
Oh.
It's really good. Okay, it's not great. It's really, really good.
It's really, really good. Okay. Well, yeah. I totally forgot that that old lady in the van even existed. And Searching, I still have yet to see. I need to see that. I guess I have not watched anything yet. I'm planning on seeing either Colette tomorrow by the time you're listening. Well, yesterday by the time you're listening to this. And that or maybe mid-90s. We are going to find out. Any of you guys see mid-90s yet?
It hasn't opened near me.
It hasn't been released in New Zealand yet.
I figured, but I just was going ahead and check. But regardless, now that's kind of like where we are in the movie. But it's been a slower week as we get ready for the Halloween spectacular. Do you guys watch any Halloween movies in preparation? Because right now I'm about to start watching The House on Haunted Hill. Or was it The Haunting of House Hill? The Haunting of House Hill is what it is. I'm about to start watching that on Netflix. What are you guys doing?
The Haunting of Hill House.
Hill House. You know what? I haven't started it yet. I'm still new to that. I'm going to watch a couple episodes tonight to get into the spooky mood. Malcolm, are you watching anything?
I'm like you about planning on starting watching The Haunting of Hill House as well.
Nice. Heard nothing but great things. And Abe?
I watched Black Klansman, and the end part of the present is pretty scary.
I haven't seen Black Klansman yet, so you spoiled the entire thing. What have you done? Actually, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'll just imagine.
You're gonna get it.
I'll get it. Okay. Is that a scary part? I'm guessing.
America, we love you.
Oh, we appreciate that. We're trying. We really are. And regardless, this is a spooky special time, but the Oscars never sleep apparently on this show because this show is all about of the award show. And today we're going to go right into our dissection of the supporting actors. We did the lead actors prior a couple weeks ago. Now we're going to supporting. But before we go right into that, 2 trailers actually dropped early this week and then last week before we recorded. And one of those in particular is a movie called Vox Lux. Why is it called that? I think that's I'm pretty sure that's the name of the star in this, which is played by Natalie Portman at an older age, I believe. I watched the trailer, and what I gathered from it is that it had echoes of Black Swan, not just because Natalie Portman was there, but it's basically about, if you look at the makeup in and of itself, she'll look like she's, from Black Swan in and of itself. It was fine. I wasn't blown away by the trailer that I got. It looks weird, but not generic. I won't say generic. Generic's a weird word. It has its own personality that I've seen a couple times before, but I'm not against it, especially now that Natalie Portman's been getting great reviews in particular, but she's supporting. That's the funny part. For those who've seen the trailer, she's supporting. And she is marketed heavily in this trailer. What did you guys think of this trailer of Vox Lux?
I thought this trailer looked really interesting. It's one that I didn't expect, and I mean, from what I gathered in the trailers, is from what I hear that Natalie Portman's going of supporting for this movie. The trailer makes me look like she's the lead in there, so
exactly.
I don't know.
Well, that's probably how they're gonna get butts in seats and all that jazz, because she's probably the biggest name in the movie. Hey, what are your thoughts?
Okay. I thought the trailer was fine. It's like an artistic film, but like with a punk rock view. Like you see, like it can be pretty disturbing. Everything. It reminds me of the Neon Demon in certain parts, like the aesthetic and everything.
Nice pull.
What's the name of the director?
For which one?
The what's his name? I'm gonna Google it because I'm probably gonna. Nicholas Winding Refn.
Thank you. The guy who did work with Ryan Gosling in those other movies. Drive.
Of that, but saying that Natalie Portman is gonna be supporting when you read the synopsis in IMDb, the first person that they say that's its name comes out is Natalie Portman. Well, of the character Celeste, it's her name. But the trailer looked good. I think the only chance of the movie of getting anything, it's probably gonna be the actress nomination for Natalie, because she's a big awards friendly. You see it with Jackie, with Black Swan, and almost she does. But I think it looks pretty generic.
Yeah, I mean, she's been getting her highest notices since Jackie, which isn't saying too much because she hasn't done too much since Jackie. Yeah, Annihilation, which movie was sadly looked over completely but it came out at a really weird time, so I'm not complaining. Besides Vox Lux, which I think at this point we're probably going to say it's Natalie Portman in supporting or bust, depending on how the race shapes up. I think we can agree with that.
Yeah.
Marketed strangely, but she appears in like half the movie apparently, the second half. So go figure. The trailer is misleading, but I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up with this dark horse contender in a way. And it goes into our second trailer, which is called Destroyer. Now, I heard notices out of this movie pretty early on this year. Now, I can't remember if it was TIFF that it premiered at, or was it Venice? Abe, you're a Resident Festival guy.
I think it was TIFF.
Was it TIFF? Okay. I wasn't positive, but I heard pretty good things about it. I didn't hear anything that was over the moon about the movie in and of itself, but there was one thing that was really the highlight, and that was Nicole Kidman's lead actress performance. Abe, what did you think of the trailer?
I thought the trailer was great. I love these dark films. Like, it reminded me of Hell or High Water, actually, like that bank. Well, it wasn't a bank robbery, right? It was more like a heist.
It was more like a heist, but on
Yeah.
like reverse heist because she was trying to like double cross them or triple cross someone.
Nicole
Undercover?
Kidman, I think she's amazing. I think she's in a renaissance regarding performance. She was nominated a couple of years ago or last year for Lion, the supporting actress.
Oh yeah.
She's having that renaissance of acting. I think Big Little Lies, which I haven't watched, has helped her raise her. Well, go back to that status she had in the early 2000s. Also, to mention, Sebastian Stan is in the movie, and last year he was the romantic interest of a lead actress, and she was nominated for Best Actress.
True.
Margot Robbie and Tony.
There you go. Sebastian Stan, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, apparently, or the groomsman in this case, best man, whatever you want to call it. Malcolm, what'd you think?
This movie definitely looked interesting, and I mean, from what I saw in the trailer, Nicole Kidman definitely looks like she could be in the running for a nomination next year. It's hard to tell from trailers sometimes, but I mean, it's one of those ones which looks so good, and I'm definitely going to try and see it if it's out by the end of the year. So in New Zealand.
Is it coming out in New Zealand? Do we know for a fact?
It probably will come out some stage. I don't know if it's this year or next year at this point.
I mean, considering it's Nicole Kidman, who basically, she's Australian, so it's not the same, but she's down in that area, so maybe they'll push it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Also, was anyone else bothered by the makeup, or was that just me? I could tell it was visibly they were very trying to make her look old.
I mean, she looks like a 50-something-year-old woman, and Nicole Kidman is 51. So it's just the thing is, like, she's an actress. So,
I know that's true, but it looked like they were caking it, caking it on.
And I used to try to show like she's a broken person.
Like if I wanted to actually, true. If I wanted to like actually edit, I wanted to like put a side by side, and it's like, wow, that's definitely a lot of makeup on Nicole Kidman. It's just a small thing I have. I don't like it when makeup is that noticeable. Like I like it when it's a little bit subtler. Like if you look at the makeup for Christian Bale in Vice, can't tell that's Christian Bale. Cannot tell that's makeup. This one, a bit more I can tell that it's Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, but I don't think like they're trying to not show Nicole Kidman's face. It's just like they're trying to make her look like destroyed.
That's true. Ha 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 ha. I get what you did there. And I'm the one with the bad puns usually. That's impressive. Most impressive. Babe. Yeah, I know, I get that. It's very distracting, and it took me like just to see that. It took some adjusting. We'll see how it plays in the final thing, but just kind of more along the lines of like, oh, I noticed that makeup. You might get nominated because that's what most makeup apparently is. Not best makeup and hairstyling. It's most usually now. # Suicide Squad. Yeah, but that's just all the trailers that we have for today. We'll see how these shake up in races. The biggest things for these races have to be with supporting performance for Natalie Portman for Vox Lux, and then for Nicole Kidman, it's going to be Destroyer and her lead actress performance from that. We'll see how they do in their respective categories, unless Destroyer and Vox Lux do some damage, but at this point, unlikely. Also, shout out to the director of Destroyer, who her name is Karen Kusama. Karen Kusama. She directed Aeon Flux and Jennifer's Body. You have come a long way. Congratulations. That's impressive. Most impressive. But anyway, we are now going to move directly forward into our quick supporting actress and actor performance discussion. Now, we talked about Lee a couple of weeks ago, but now I want to dive headfirst into some of the performances that we think will be getting some of the traction. And there is one particular performance that I think is going to get a lot of traction that we talked about last week, and which is one of my favorite supporting performances of the year so far. and that is Claire Foy in First Man. That's one that I would like to throw out on the table, and one that I believe is going to get a lot of buzz because supporting actress. Looking at it from afar, supporting actress is definitely not the same as supporting actor this year in particular. Would you guys agree? Which one do you think is the stronger category this year?
A stronger actor. Well, I don't know if it's stronger, but like a stacked supporting.
More
actor.
stacked, we'll say. There's a lot more to choose from in a sense. Let me rephrase that.
You don't heard you haven't heard a lot of supporting actors coming out of any of the movies. Honestly, I haven't heard a lot of buzz. But you coming out from you say Claire Foy. I agree with that. I think she was probably the best part of First Man for me. She does an amazing job in every single scene she's in. She's the for me it's the emotional core of the movie, and she carries the movie. It's kind of surprising for me that she's not lead because she's the lead female in First Man, but I guess they think she has a better chance in supporting.
I'd like to see also what makes them choose like supporting or lead. Maybe it depends on like time frame because you look at some things. You look back at Lion. Sonny, I forgot his name. Probably should have been no, scratch that. Jacob Tremblay in Room was obviously the lead in that, and they pushed him supporting. But that has to do with more with kid actors and anything else. So it's interesting to see why they choose that. But yeah, supporting actress for Claire Foy seems like a big thing. Malcolm, what do you think? Which one of these two categories are you looking forward to?
I mean, for me, it's supporting actress is interesting. Just because I've been doing a bit of research, and one of the names that's come up is a Kiwi-born actress, Thomasin McKenzie, who's in Leave No Trace.
Ooh.
I haven't actually seen the movie. I think it's been out in New Zealand. I just haven't got around seeing it, but I've heard a lot of things out there that people are saying that they're considering her a front runner to be nominated for Best Supporting Actress. So that will be an interesting one.
No, yeah, I definitely heard about Leave No Trace. That's definitely been doing a lot of buzz-wise, mostly upon the acting categories. And also, Abe, feel free to jump in anytime and just correct me because you're also a stat guy.
I just haven't heard of Leave No Trace, to be honest. I just Googled it, and it's a Ben Foster vehicle directed by someone I don't know. So I'm sorry. She
did Winter's Bone. I know that. I don't forgot her name, but I know she did Winter's Bone.
Deborah Granick, according to Google. Well, I think that is her.
But Google wouldn't lie to us.
But someone I want to bring up, it's Amy Adams. She needs her Oscar now. She's been nominated five times. She was snubbed for Arrival for the nomination. I think if she's gonna win, well, I don't think nobody has seen Vice, so there's not a lot of buzz. But someone that has the opportunity to win or be nominated sometimes is Amy Adams, and I don't think they will nominate her again if they are not gonna give it to her.
I agree 100%. Unless we find out that Vice is an amazing performance by her, I think she's our next Leonardo DiCaprio. In my eyes, that's who she is. She's the person who needs that. And I guess it's really okay. Comparing is really weird, but that idea of someone who needs the Oscar next, she needs one. After those 4 or 5 nominations that she had.
5? Yeah, 5. Okay, so
Junebug.
Also, the fighter.
Yep. Did you say Junebug?
No, that one.
Junebug. Doubt.
Was she nominated for that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep, she was nominated for that.
And there's something else.
I know we're missing a big one.
The Master.
Oh, The Master. There you go.
So, she needs it. Please. She's my favorite actress.
With good reason. She's phenomenal. Arrival. No, wait. She was snubbed. I forgot. I'm going to say, wait a minute.
She was snubbed.
She was. I'm going to say, wait a minute. We forgot Arrival. Oh, no, we didn't because the Academy forgot about it.
Yeah, she was nominated like for every single award for Arrival, and she was like, it was probably one of the biggest surprises of the night. Like, not see of the morning, not seeing Amy Adams nominated that time. On
No,
the
literally,
no,
because there was one time where I thought I could have seen her win that year. I could have saw her win. That's how big that movie was getting.
who won that year? Was it?
Emma Stone, La La
Oh,
Land.
it was. Wow, that's true. Arrival was 2016. Yeah,
Arrival was 20.
16.
Yeah, it was. Or I say, was it? Because I remember I love both those movies a lot. I loved a lot of movies. 2016 was a good year for cinema. It was a really good year. Malcolm, what are your thoughts on you think Amy Adams is gonna do anything? At this point we haven't heard much buzz, so this time it's just kind of like, what do you think?
I mean, what was the movie she was in this year?
Vice.
Oh,
It's not out
yeah.
yet.
So
So
I mean,
just guessing.
it's possible. I mean, I have like in the trailer there wasn't much of her performance in there to be able to make a good gauge of whether she could be up there, but I think she could have a shot.
Okay. Now I'm gonna throw one out there as well that really brings me to one of my other ideas, and that was Middleburg Film Festival was this past week in Virginia, and the audience winner. Can we all guess what the audience winner was for that film festival in comparison to another one we had recently too?
Green Book.
Green Book.
Green Book. Green Book won the Audience Film Award that year, swiping it from the other ones, which we had The Favorite that was there, The Front Runner that was also there, Roma was there. Green Book beat it out. Boy Erased was also there. Some other we always know. So that movie could get a lot of it could get a lot of love. Winning, maybe, maybe not, but so far it's being loved and embraced by a lot of people. So dare I throw Linda Cardellini out there?
Or what movie?
For-
Boy Erased?
No, for Green Book. She is in a supporting performance in there. If they love the movie.
That was the one that played Velma in Scooby Doo, wasn't it?
Yes.
Hawkeye's wife. I haven't read anything or see anything that's just Linda Cardellini for Green Book. Everybody's
No.
talking about Vigo and Mahershala. So I doubt category is nostalgia, let's be honest, but nobody Linda, she's never been nominated for anything, so I think the performance needs to be amazing for it to get
All right.
that and then become member of that award series.
Hear me out. Wait, Malcolm, you were to say something?
No, I'll let you go on this because I just thought of something else.
Hear me out. I'm not saying that she'll be nominated because she gives the best performance, but if they really love Green Book and it goes every single above the line category that it can, and if we get, I think Chris Farley will be nominated for director. Chris Farley, excuse me, not Farley. Chris Farley will be nominated for director before she's nominated for supporting actress. But if they love the movie and it gets director, if it gets picture, if it gets adapted screenplay, if it gets actor, supporting actor, they could go for that and bring that in if they want to check it down all the way. I'm not saying it's a possibility. I'm just throwing it out there as a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. So, I mean, it could be the La La Land of next year and be nominated for everything. So,
yeah, I don't think we will have a La La Land this year.
I think it's gonna be editing. Well, we're not talking about Green Book, so.
Yeah, see, Green Book, it's that interesting case where there's not a lot of below the line categories for it. So I'm curious to see how that happens. I mean, she's not in my 5 right now that I have. I don't have her yet because I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting to see the movie and see how big of a performance she actually is, and just to hear more about it. Although Green Book in itself is looking mighty fine right now, so keep an eye out for that. Malcolm, did you have someone from supporting actress category that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I've got an interesting one. Now, this is another one I haven't actually seen, but because of the buzz of this movie this year, Michelle gonna butcher this last name. Yo.
Welcome to my world. Michelle
Yeah.
Yeoh. We'll go with Michelle Yeoh. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
With the buzz that Crazy Rich Asians has had this year, she could be a surprise nominee.
Nope. Look out for that Golden Globe nomination. I can tell you that. Maybe.
I think she can be nominated due to the fact that she's probably the biggest actress in the movie. Well, she is the biggest actress in the movie.
I'm about to say she probably. Well, and Constance Wu after Fresh Off the Boat's pretty big, but you know.
Yeah, but like and she's really great in the movie. Like she definitely does her job. And if Crazy Rich Asians achieves to the Best Picture nomination, I can see her, but I don't see Crazy Rich Asians getting even at 10. If they go to 10 nominations, that for me it's hard for her to see nominated. But I will, like, if you told me, will you bet $1 for Michelle Yeoh being nominated? I will not.
Yeah, we'll use that as a barometer now. Whenever we're like judging, like, all right, Abe, would you bet this for $1? And if he says nope, then we don't go for it. Only if it's certain. Well, I still think, on the idea of Crazy Rich Asians, I still see. I don't know. I have this weird feeling it's going to do well at the Globes. We're gonna might have a best. It's definitely at this point with what it did, getting a best musical or comedy at the Golden Globes, because there's not much. Like you can put my dollar on that.
I will put $1 in that.
There you go. And I can see probably Constance Wu getting a Best Actress for comedy musical. And with that, Michelle Yeoh, depending on how much they love the movie, could also get a supporting actress. And yes, it's like musical comedy and drama all together. I still can see that happening if they really like the movie, and that could push her forward. I can also see her getting SAG. Strangely enough, Academy is the harder sell.
Yeah.
But it's a good idea. Abe, what you got?
For another actress or
supporting actress.
I think someone that's been talked about is from A Bit of Strictly Talk. It's Regina King.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with her work, but I think she's been the front run. She's the front runner right now. I see all of this expert sites having her as top one, but she's she's been in a lot of movies. I'm sorry, Regina King.
I was about to say, did you not watch anything with her like growing up? Maybe.
Oh, I seen the Love Story. Not sure who. I know who she is. She's great.
I remember seeing her in Scary Movie. She played Brenda, if I'm correct.
Yeah, but I think she's the one getting all the buzz for A Bit of Strictly Talk, and I can see her winning definitely. Last year, what happened? Last year, 2 years ago, Barry Jenkins directed Mahershala Ali to an Oscar win. So I wouldn't doubt if this year he's able to do it with a supporting actress with Regina King.
No, I definitely see that, and I'm looking back to see what I knew her in. What did I watch her? Oh yeah, A Cinderella Story. My sister watched that. That's how I remember Regina King from like 2004.
That movie's fantastic.
And Miss Congeniality too. How can I forget that? No, sorry, I'm distracted. You've lost me. But no. If Beale Street could talk, I'm still so excited for this movie. I cannot wait. Yeah, once that movie was seen by people, she became a big threat. She is in my predictions right now. She's not my one just yet. But yeah, no, Regina King, someone we need to keep our eye on. What do you think, Malcolm?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It was like to go from Scary Movie to If Beale Street Could Talk, in which that she started to be talked about for Oscars. I mean, she's definitely being should be up there anyway. Because I mean, now this is one that I don't think the Oscars are going to go this way. But if they want to get more diverse and then try to this next year, then she probably will be a shower. But yeah, I don't think they're going to try and like nominate her just so they got a diverse range of actresses in there.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. But also, she got nominated for an Emmy this year. Or she won an Emmy, excuse me, this year.
That's that's good. Just like Matthew McConaughey. I don't know if he won an Emmy for True Detective, but
He did not, sadly.
they say that the Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club it was more for True Detective than where
It was
that-
more, yeah.
yeah.
It was more the congratulations for your body of work this past year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Emmys are just TV anyway, so
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
there's
but
a-
still.
I want to throw two other people from a movie. It's getting a lot of buzz for the Best Picture nominees. Emma Stone and Richard Weisz for The Favorite. I don't know.
Just about to say that. Good job, sir. Good job, sir.
Thank you. I do my homework. The
Please beguile us why you think these two are the ones.
because what I heard about The Favorite is like it's actually like 3 leads where they throwing Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz for supporting, and well, Emma Stone is now part of the elite club of Oscar winners, so she's probably gonna get a lot of love for the movie, even though she may not be that great. She probably is. Emma Stone is amazing, and Rachel Weisz just there like it can be like a Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell.
Mhm.
Both of them were nominated last year, correct?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, so it probably can be. I don't know who. I don't think they will give it to Emma Stone considering she recently won, but they're a threat to be nominated there. in my opinion.
Now the big thing is, I think one of them's getting nominated? Yes. Do I think both of them are getting nominated? I'm not putting a dollar on that because what happened last year was very rare, and I think that only really occurred because we had a lot of the indicators of had it happening, and like you had SAG, you had critics, you had BAFTA. Did the Golden Globes do it as well?
I believe they did.
So if that starts happening, then I will agree with that. But The Favorite is apparently what I've heard is very polarizing from the traditional Academy voter. We'll say that, and because it's Yorgos Lanthimos, and if they don't go for that movie, if that movie ain't getting Olivia Colman in lead, it's not getting 2 in supporting actress. It's maybe not even get 1. That movie I'm kind of scared for not because I have a stake in it, just because it's Yorgos Lanthimos, and we all know how the 3 of us feel about Yorgos Lanthimos.
It feels more grounded, like less fantastical, like less surreal than his other work. So
True.
I think The Favorite can't even be nominated. I don't think he will be nominated for best director, but he can get nominated for his cast and definitely the lower tier nominations as costume design and production.
Yep. Nope. That's true. I do agree with that. I just need to see what the guilds do outside of the critics. Because while the critics could love this, the Academy could hate it. We'll have to see. But if you had to choose between one of them, do you think they'd be nominated? Which one do you think it would be, Abe?
Emma Stone.
Malcolm, which one of the two do you think would make it?
yeah, I probably have to go with Emma Stone on this too. I think. Yeah.
No, I agree. If anything, that probably is going to be Emma Stone of the two. Sorry, they're both Oscar winners, which is funny, but one of them's more the recent. And yeah, I agree. But now, you guys, have other last minute ones you would like to talk about? Throw into the mix.
I've got a couple of out there ones which I don't think will get in, but could be interesting. The first one is just because of name alone. I'll be really surprised if Meryl Streep gets nominated for Mary Poppins Returns.
No.
But yeah, I don't think that will happen, to be honest.
Emily Blunt's getting nominated before her. I'm supporting and lead actress. I can tell you that if it does.
Yeah, and I mean the other one I was actually thinking about is Lupita Nyong'o for Black Panther. It could be another out there possibility as well.
I can see Meryl Streep. I cannot see Lupita. I don't see Black Panther getting anything, like probably a nomination, costume design, and
Wait, anything whatsoever?
well, like a win. Now, animation and costume design, probably, I don't think visual effects it deserves
Yeah.
costume design, production design, maybe cinematography. Like they got that boss of a woman being the cinematography for things.
Wait, before we move on, I want to throw out an idea because we all know Nicole Kidman's getting some buzz for Destroyer, but she's also getting some buzz for Boy Erased. Are we gonna have a situation where we're gonna have a Kate Winslet where she's nominated in both categories?
I mean, it's possible because I was actually thinking about when I was looking at the actor side of things. Steve Carell could easily do that as well because for Vice and Beautiful Boys. So I mean, that's definitely not in the realm of a possibility.
Or even Welcome to Marwan. But I don't see her getting nominated for both. I think she will only get one. And if I have to bet a dollar again, I think it will be for Destroy. It looks like a more transformative performance from her. The Oscar likes those kind of the Academy likes those kind of performances. So I don't think that will happen with Nicole Kidman this year.
True, that movie. Although Destroyer is gonna need to get a lot. It's gonna need to like do some critic stuff because it might be forgotten. Because I mean, I forgot that I forgot about it until a couple weeks ago. Like, oh yeah, that was there. So it needs more of a push. But that's definitely the more transformative one. That's undeniable. All right, before we move to supporting actor, any what are your what if you could pick the 5 today? What do you think is gonna happen, Abe?
Okay, I say Regina King,
Mm-hmm.
Emma Stone. I say Claire Foy. I say Amy Adams and Michelle Yeoh.
All right. And Malcolm, if the 5 came out today, what would they be?
Um, I'd say Claire Foy, Regina King, Emma Stone, Thomasin McKenzie, and Michelle Yeoh.
I love that Mackenzie pick. Um, and for me, it would be the 5. We would have Nicole Kidman, Claire Foy, Regina King, uh, Emma Stone, and I'm gonna go out there. I'm going Natalie Portman for Box Lux because why not? Why not? All right, supporting actress has gone now. Now we're moving on to supporting actor. Now this one is a bit more stacked in the terms of like performances that we actually have. So, do either of you have one you really want to talk about that you believe is one that, oh yeah, he is winning or he's definitely getting nominated?
Sam Elliott for Star is Born.
Why am I not surprised?
A couple weeks ago, that guy needs to win because his mustache is amazing, but his performance it is too. His his biggest threats are recent Oscar winner Mahershala Ali and
Mhm.
Timothée Chalamet, which I think Timothy is it's just too young for winning the Oscar. We won actors are usually the older man wins. And Mahershala too just won the Oscar 2 years ago, so Sam Elliott is a threat. Great.
I can see that. And Malcolm.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mahershala Ali for Green Book is definitely up there. Just with all the love Green Book has been getting
Mhm.
so much.
No, do we know when that comes out wide? It's Christmas around the
Uh,
Christmas day,
uh,
right? Or
Rainbow comes out wide in Thanksgiving.
oh, Thanksgiving, wrong holiday.
Comes out wide. That's good for a movie that small to come out wide. So.
That's a good time. Uh, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree at this point with Abe because Sam Elliott is one. I'm looking at a list ahead, and it's very. These people are overdue. I mean, he's the one that's overdue. These people so far are not that are being nominated. He's the one that had a very memorable supporting performance in a memorable movie. A movie that might win Best Picture at this point. We'll have to see. Um, but there's also one I'm going to throw out there. and that would have to be Adam Driver in Black Klansman. So Adam Driver's not been nominated for Academy Award just yet, and this might be the one. I've not seen Black Klansman yet, but if Spike Lee's return to form is going to get some love in an acting category, this could be the one.
I can confirm that he's great in Black Klansman. I think the movie it's phenomenal. I think Spike Lee, it's like it's directed by Spike Lee, but there's not a lot of Spike Lee-isms, if you can call them. Like you like for the first, I don't know,
What would you call a Spike Lee-ism?
those weird camera shots, and that's what I remember Spike Lee for, those camera movements that happen in the movie, but like at the end, that's what I think. And the characters seem to like weird camera positions.
See, I'm thinking of now. You guys seen Inside Man?
No, I haven't watched.
Yes.
But- Okay, well, in Denzel Washington, there's a scene where, when you think of weird camera angles in a Spike Lee movie, it's basically Denzel Washington is sitting with the front of the camera, looking straight at the audience, and while he is moving forward, his body's physically not moving. It's kind of like everything around him. He looks like he's walking forward with the camera.
It's Go Focus Pillar. That happens in this movie too.
Wait, really?
The only thing that happens that reminds me of a Spike Lee movie that is Go Focus Pillar. It was used by Hitchcock a lot.
It was fascinating because it's wait a minute, you're right. Oh, what was that movie that he used it for? I'm trying to think. Well, there's one in particular where you're following the person front view and they're not even moving. Okay, well, I'll think about it later. But yeah, Black Klansman is one of those movies that still sticks out prior this past year. And if it's going to do anything, Adam Driver is the actor that's going to probably do something, because he's been doing great work. He's been doing really, really good work, and this might be the time to reward with a nomination, not a win. And while I'm looking at supporting actor right now, I'm not. There's a lot of like 4 3s and below. Like, it's very stacked, but like very top heavy. If that makes any sense. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I haven't seen Black Klansman, but I mean, Adam Driver is definitely one that could sneak in there easily. I mean, but yeah.
Oh, I'll throw this one out there. What do we guys think about the movie On the Basis of Sex? That one about
Is the one with Armie Hammer and Felicity Jones?
the one about Rupert
Rupert Wyatt?
Rupert Bader Ginsburg. Rupert Bader Ginsburg, the Supreme Court nominee. The movie that's coming out about her, how she became a Supreme Court.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ginsburg. That's it. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I was thinking Rupert. Why did I say Rupert? Wow, it's late. Rupert. That's not the right thing. No. What do you think about that movie being a thing? Because we haven't heard much about it, and doesn't come out until like the last week in December. And Armie Hammer could.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about this movie until you brought it up.
Oh, surprise!
I think the movie can work as Armie Hammer is great, and sorry to bother you, but
She was phenomenal.
I think the movie can. It's hard to think about like those. You say those movies that have great two lead actors that come out at the end of the year and usually don't get nothing. I remember them A Most Violent Year with Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac, like two big actors.
Oh,
At the end of the year, doesn't get any nomination. So is that it?
Yeah, and Armie Hammer's not exactly loved by the Academy. I mean,
Yeah, he was loved for a nomination last year for Come With Me.
yeah, and he was also looking to get one apparently for J. Edgar almost, because he got the SAG. He was this close.
He wasn't nominated for the Social Network either, isn't he?
No, he's just been like looked over, which is disappointing. He's a really good actor.
He's amazing.
He's like whenever Army Hammer's something, I was like, I know when I was watching Cars 3 and I heard the villain, the voice of the bad race car or whatever. I'm like, hey, that's Army Hammer. I got excited because I love the man. Have you guys seen Sorry to Bother You?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Malcolm?
Hasn't come out in New Zealand, so
Oh well, that's disappointing because it's a trip. I'll say that.
that's Melissa McCarthy, is it? And
Aha! No. Sorry to Bother You is different from Can You Ever Forgive Me? Can You Ever Forgive Me has Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. It's a real story. Sorry to Bother You is not a real story. It's about, how would you describe it, Abe?
I don't know. It's like if you're smoking marijuana. I've never smoked, but I think
But you're not. It's like you are, but you're not.
no, like you're smoking marijuana at the beginning, but at the end of the joint, there's peyote. I don't know if you guys know what peyote is, but
The podcast does not condone the illegals.
I don't know, but I think that will happen. But you mentioned somebody, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Yep.
I think
Just about to bring that up.
chance of getting nominated. He has. I think I don't know where he's supporting. If he's most likely the lead actor in the movie, but that's another conversation with Melissa McCarthy. But
Yeah.
I think he has a chance of getting nominated. I will need to. The movie has opened already yet. I think it had a good per theater average. It has it's been out for 10 days by now, 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he has a chance of getting nominated. I'm not sure if he can win, but nomination I think it's secure for him.
All right, so we're going to start wrapping up a little soon, let you guys know. So before we head out for supporting actor, can we give us, can we each give our 5 that we think is going to be nominated this year? And I started with Abe, so I'll let Abe have time. So I'll start with myself, and we'll go work our way backwards. The 5 that I have, in no order, we have Sam Elliott, we have Mahershala Ali, Richard E. Grant, Adam Driver, and the other one I have is more of an out there pick with Brian Tyree Henry.
One movie?
From If Beale Street Could Talk. So, because I think that movie could go bonkers. The Academy could love it, or it could fall by the wayside. But after they loved Moonlight 2 years ago, I think they might go for this. And considering he's also in Widows, this might be time to reward him with just a nice supporting actor nom. Those are the 5 that I have right now, as well as would also be some nice, a little more diversity in the cast as well there. Because I don't think Michael B. Jordan's happening. That's not happening, guys.
Nah.
Malcolm, you're 5.
I've got Mahershala Ali, Sam Elliott, Sam Rockwell, Timothy Chalamet, and I'll go Steve Carell as well.
I totally forgot about Sam Rockwell. I was
have-
not.
In
Do you-
my 5,
Oh, you have him on your 5. Well, let me hear those 5.
I have Sam Elliott. I have Richard E. Grant. I have Sam Rockwell. I have Adam Driver and Mahershala Ali. I'm going to give him a payout. I don't think the movie's getting a lot of buzz, so it's hard for.
Yeah, I'm putting the pause on anything from Vice till I hear more about it. And Sam Rockwell looked like he was giving a caricature more than a performance, which if that gets a nomination, oh well. But I'll wait and see how that turns out once we actually see the movie, because so far no one has seen it. We're just kind of guessing it right now, which is what we do on this podcast, because we're professionals.
Well, no one has seen it. I don't even critics have seen it. I don't think these
No.
screen has even.
Yeah, they haven't. No one has seen it, save for the people editing it right now, and then the director. I don't think it's ready yet, is it?
No, the movie are shooting early this year, I think so.
No, it's been. Well, we'll see more about it. Also, on the subject of Timothy Chalamet, I currently have Beautiful Boy shut out at the Oscars in my predictions. I
Yeah,
think that movie.
Not getting anything.
Yep. I had that movie just kind of forgotten at this point. Not because it's bad, but just because I've heard nothing outside of like Chalamet's performance, like nothing. And no fault to anyone else, but oh well, all right. But that is the quick discussion we were going to have following the supporting actor and supporting actress categories coming out this year. We'll have another deep dive or so before we get into the main meat of the discussion. But we're about to enter November, guys. So you know what that means. We're going to get into the real heart of Oscar season. All the way from November, December, January, and then February, or early February, really. Is when we get into the heart of the Oscars. So we're going to really get into those 4 months. Before we head out, I want to do one last thing, and we all know what that is. The final of Take 3 Top 64. Now, are we guys ready to see what happens?
No.
No? Because this is the final. This is the one that we have been waiting for to see exactly who goes which way. I know where each of you. I know where each of your allegiances lie. Actually, no, I do know where Abe wants the Princess Bride to win. Just because it's not Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
And I know Malcolm wants Lord of the Rings to win.
Yeah, that was my number 2 movie. So
I was pretty sure. I wasn't sure which Lord of the Rings movie was your number 2. I remember that because it's all a blur at this point. But I'm looking at it right now. In fact, I have officially closed the polls. And this one is actually very close. As also, we're having our secondary bronze match, if you will, from Back to the Future and The Godfather, to see which one ranks 3rd and 4th, respectively. So we'll do that one first because it's the easier one. And Abe, can you drop us that sick beat? Your 3rd place and 4th place, respectively, are, with 67%, your 3rd place winner is The Godfather.
At least they make some smart choice.
You know what? We have to. We can only be smart sometimes, and then which means Back to the Future is in 4th place, going a lot farther than I anticipated it going. But you know it's gotten a lot farther. The Princess Bride, which go from a 24 seed all the way to the final against a number 3 seed, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. And this one's also very close. It's very. Hello? Is that a dying elephant in the room? That's what I'm hearing right now. No, it's a dying elephant is what it is. It's a Mumakil in good Lord of the Rings fashion. Malcolm, which one do you think is winning?
As much as I love Princess Bride, I do think Lord of the Rings is taking it out.
All right, Abe, I know what you want to win. What do you think's winning?
I don't want any of those to win. But, I think the
Okay, well.
had a Cinderella story. Those teams that defeat everybody through the season and then they get to the Super Bowl and choke. Just like the Panthers that go against the Broncos a couple of years ago.
Whoa. Whoa.
From Carolina.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey now. Hey now.
Winning, even though I don't agree with any of those choices.
Okay, well, you're not wrong. They did. So I'm not going to live in a fantasy bubble. Regardless, are we ready for the final result?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner for the Take 3 Top 64 films, our favorites of all time are, with 56% of the vote, your winner. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, guys, is our winner.
Makes
I know.
sense.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but it was very close, 56 to 44. That means it was split evenly from the people we have who vote regularly in the Take 3 polls.
The ones who would hurt.
Yeah, I mean, we won't say who currently stopped voting. I wonder who. Once King Kong was out, cough, cough. And Abe, I know you're sad. I'm sorry, we failed you. With our taste.
Like two rounds ago.
I know we failed you a while ago, but you know what? Once we get our next one all figured out, and we get actually, I'm gonna try a little something different when we get to our next bracketeering. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to try to get a bit more streamlined and maybe have a bit more interaction from you guys. We're going to figure out, and I'm going to test the waters in that regard. But it's more of a chill day this week. We're going to make it super easy for you guys because I know we have to get going. We got lives. We got stuff to do. So, Malcolm, where can the people find you? Oh, by the way, Princess Bride, 44%. It got second place. I probably should have mentioned that. Malcolm, go ahead.
You can find me on Take Through. I host my show Rankum. And this next week is going to be it's the last one in our Halloween series, and it's Halloween television specials. You can catch me competing in trivia on Multiplex and Full Metal. You can also find me on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Malcor.
Abe.
You can follow me on Facebook at AbrahamF25. On Facebook, on Twitter, you can follow me on Instagram if I decide to accept your follower request at Abraham Flores 25. And please don't add me on Facebook if I don't know you. And you can watch the Reactor Summit that goes up every Monday, but in this case went up on Tuesday because I didn't edit it on time.
No, the horror. And that's how we'll end it out there, because when this comes up, guys, it'll be Halloween officially. So I hope you guys have a safe and spooky Halloween, because I'll be working on that day. So enjoy it and please enjoy it for me. But this has been Gone with the Wind, and I'll see you all next time.